Hey everybody, it's Cubby with Camp FU, and you ain't gonna believe this, but I'm back for some more tips of the week. This week, a trifecta of tips, all revolving around the trail camera. Now, I know everybody, there are a bunch of guys who aren't on a budget, there's a bunch of guys who have been doing this for years, there's a bunch of guys and girls who maybe are just starting out. So, what I'm going to talk to you today about with the trail camera is if you're just starting out, the different options you have on trail camera selection, SD card selection, and how to view those pictures and videos on a viewer, laptop, whatever. I'm going to go over a way that's going to be like a budget mode. How to like save some money without getting into spending like all your money on trail cameras and leaving no money for tags, licenses, ammo, whatever else, food, whatever else you're doing. So let's get right into this with the trifecta of tips. So right here we got trail camera. One of the first trail cameras I ever picked up, probably like between 5 to 10 years ago, when trail cameras were just coming on the market. I picked this up, a while back, for 150 bucks maybe, and it does do pictures and video. You open her up right here, you can see right inside. Pretty complicated, but anyways, it has a display screen on the bottom. Tells you the time and date. It stamps it on the picture, time and date. So it also takes night mode, whatever. Pretty decent flash, infrared, trigger, camera, all the whole 9 yards. But with that being said, if you're on an unlimited budget, you want to go out and buy one of these cameras or any other camera like this. This one just happens to be a mule tree. They were pretty good at the time. I'm sure they're awesome. There's a bunch of other cameras on the market, but they get up there. They go from anywhere between 100 bucks to some of them get up to in the $500 range. And usually in the $500 range, you're looking for someone to has its own. I shouldn't say someone. The camera has its own Wi-Fi, and it emails you the pictures right as it happens. Hey, if you're on an unlimited amount of budget and you have an unlimited supply of cash, that's the way to go. Go get one of those Wi-Fi cameras that uploads everything. Guys like me, other Camp FU members, they turned me on to this Wild Game Innovations camera. This camera is $50. Now you're like, Cubby, man, 50 bucks for a camera? I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, man, this thing's got to be absolute garbage. Well, it's not. Because if you spend the money on one of these cameras, guess what? You got to spend the money on the security box. And those go anywhere between 30 bucks to $75. So now you're looking over $200 for a camera, whereas you can buy 4 of these for 50 bucks and have them all over the place. With the one camera option, you're pretty much going to have to set it, let it sit for a week, go back, check it. If there's nothing on the camera, guess what? You got to move it to a different spot where you think. A budget camera like this, for guys like me and other Camp FU members, it's pretty small. You're not going to see it sticking on a tree, whereas this big monstrosity, you're going to see it when you're walking by. If you hunt in an area that's public, pretty tough to leave this thing for a week or a few days when you know other people are going to be out there scouting around. They do get stolen. You guys know that. They do end up missing and getting taken because there are people out there who don't like what we do, or they just want to be mischievous. That's the world we live in today, but that's the way it goes. So with that being said, up at Camp FU, we use a $50 camera, and like I said, you buy 4 of them, you have 4 different locations, you check them all on a weekly basis, especially if you're living a good ways away and it takes you an hour and a half to drive up there, an hour and a half back. That's almost a full half day, whole day wasted. So you want to make sure you have enough cameras up there, so if you're getting hits on one camera and not on the other, boom, you know to move one camera. Maybe you set up all 4, miss all 4, you know to move them. That takes a little bit of time. So with that being said, budget camera, if you want to spend a little bit of, you want to be on a budget, not spend a ton of money, Wild Game Innovations, same thing. Pictures, video, night mode, big flash. It's got the lens right here, has the infrared, has a little bit of a digital readout. It's pretty simple to use too. For guys who aren't really technical and want to read an instruction manual, open it up, it gives you enter, power, plus minus. Simple. Now that we've gone over a few camera things, let's go over to SD card selection. Now I know everyone's going to be like, oh, he's going to come with some technical information. Not really, man. I know there's good SD cards out there and there's bad SD cards out there. What I use is the ones that are I have a little circle on them. They say number 10. They have like the gigabytes. I use the same amount. I use the 32 gigs. That's plenty of camera. So SD card selection. Here's your SD card. Pull it out. But Cubby's going to go one a little bit better for you. Takes a little bit of knowledge, but I use the mini SD. This is just the adapter. Goes right inside. Pull it out. It's a mini. The reason I go with the mini, we're going to get into that for a little bit, but I like the minis because they're a little easier to use for certain things, especially when it comes to viewing your pictures. I don't do video with either one of the trail cameras or any of the trail cameras that I have. I only do pictures. And the reason I don't do video, because the video, you need to upload it or look at it through a laptop. Camp FU does not have power. So guess what? No way to charge that laptop. And if you're going up there for a day trip, yeah, you can probably set on some video, bring your laptop up, bring it inside the camp, check it. But if you're up there for a week, it's going to be tough to charge a laptop, especially at Camp FU. We don't have power. We have a generator. With a generator comes a lot of noise, so we really don't run it unless we absolutely have to. That being said, with the mini, you can always stick it in a viewer, right? You spend $50, you can spend $150 on a viewer, and that's a great choice. But for guys who are on a budget, don't have all the money to go out and buy a viewer to go with that, with the camera, you don't want to carry it around. Maybe you don't want to bring your laptop out into the backpack, out into the field to check it. Maybe you don't want to walk in there, check 4 cameras, walk back out. Check them on the laptop, walk back in, put the SD cards back in the camera. Here's my second option for you. Instead of spending $50 to $150 on a viewer, a lot of people already have tablets. Third tip, if you have a tablet, use the mini SD. You can check all your stuff right there. The only thing is with a lot of the tablets, at least the one that I have, I can't check video on it. It doesn't upload. Must be something with the program. I'm not the technical guy. I can tell you that right now, so it doesn't work. Most of your Samsung tablets, a lot of your freebies you get from Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile, they all come with a little spot to put SD card. If you have an iPad, dude, chuck that thing out. It's garbage because you can't put an SD card in it. Just kidding, man. It's a great product. Keep it. Don't take my word for throwing out any Apple products, man. They're great. Anyways, this one right here is a freebie. Like I told you, I got it from Verizon. They told me I just had to activate it. I'm like, yeah, no problem. They put a SIM card in there so I can use it pretty much anywhere. I can text message people. I can upload pictures to Facebook. I can let other Camp FU members know what I've seen on my trail cameras. They can adjust theirs when they get up there. Usually it's pretty much instant. I like the instant gratification. I know I'm that guy who wants to see exactly what the camera has. It's also light too. Put it in your backpack, put it in your pocket for God's sakes. It's pretty small. Put it in there, walk around, check your cameras instantly, and I'm going to show you just how to do that. So you pull the camera, pull the SD card out of the camera, pull the mini out, slide it right into the tablet. Turn it on, preparing your SD card, getting it ready. Open it up. Go back to the front there, and I'm going to show you the pictures. Right here is the pictures of me walking up to the trail camera, obviously, the first picture there. We'll flip it over this way. We'll go, I'm kind of doing this backwards, so bear with me. And I know you're looking at this picture and be like, hey, Cubby, you kind of missed the picture. What about trigger speed? Some of the top of the line cameras, they advertise this is the fastest trigger speed. Well, guys, I got news for you about trigger speed. You're looking at these pictures and be like, Cub, you just got a bunch of empty pictures, man. The deer probably walked by. And I thought the same thing. But with a tablet, even if you use your phone, pull the SD card. I know a lot of the phones still, some of the older ones I should say, you can pop the SD card out, put a new SD card in it, you can upload it, whatever. I know you're like, Cubby, man, you missed this, right? No, I didn't. I'm going to show you guys. Right here on the bottom of the tree, you can see a squirrel. So a squirrel tripped this $50 camera and set it off. So I'm pretty sure a deer walking by is probably going to set it off just the same thing. And I'll show you. You blow it up, I see the squirrel, boom, There you go. That's the picture. That's my field of view with this camera. So pretty simple tips to show you. I'll take the SD card out of that tablet, leave it here. I'll take the SD card out of here. Like I said, man, these things are time stamped and dated. Same thing, the SD card comes out of the side on this one. You don't even take the whole SD card out, you just pop it out, pull the mini out. Well, I will show you guys, it is a full SD card adapter. That's the one thing you don't want to do in the woods, you don't want to drop them. Anyways, easy enough. Close this thing up. This one's a little tougher to get used to. But when it's on a tree, you're pretty much just opening it up, popping it open, taking the SD card out, closing it, and leaving it right on the tree. So there's my adapter, there's the mini. We'll put this in, and this one, if I'm not mistaken, actually did pick up some deer on it from last year. And it also picked up squirrels and me and who knows what else is on here. So this picks up the same thing. Has the time date stamped on the bottom. You can see that. Also picked up me looking at it. Walking up to it, you can see it. And that's the other thing, was for security. If you use a big camera, which a lot of them are getting pretty big nowadays, you're going to see it. So alright, man, this is Cubby with Camp FU. The trifecta of tips this week. Don't forget, man, keep it legal, keep it safe, have fun, and don't forget to support your local conservation efforts. Alright, man, guys, peace out. Stay tuned. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. More tips coming. More gear reviews coming. So stay tuned, and we'll talk to you guys real soon. Peace out.